Hi. What's up, pals? Alcheyman here. And I guess I really do owe a lot of people a lot of explanations as to why I have not been active. And don't worry, this time, hopefully if I can get it right, the microphone isn't just for show. Hopefully it'll be picking up my voice. But a lot has happened since the last YouTube video. Yes, I will still be doing the Sword and Shield walkthrough, probably a Diamond and Pearl walkthrough. I just want to get a better computer first. But I'll start by saying I've been unhappy for a very, very long time. And hopefully this is the turning point in my life. I am feeling a little under the weather. I have, Mr. 19 right now, and I just got fired from my job. And I know that is usually not like something that makes people very happy, but for me, it is. I'm very happy. I was very unhappy at that job. In fact, I gained 30 pounds at that job. I grew my hair out, so last time everyone saw me, it was very short. Now it's not. And now I'm debating whether or not to actively hold out my hair in this video. But I'm actively looking for another job right now. This video is going up on my YouTube and my TikTok. On my TikTok, it's going to be kind of split up into a bunch of different parts. But for the most part, this is going to be my open, up in the air life update. So I hope you're all ready. And I hope you're happy with what I have to say, because it's going to be a lot. Or I say it's going to be a lot. It might not be. I don't know. It depends. It's going to be a lot for me emotionally. Because I've thought about this video a lot. I've tried to do this video multiple times, and I've teared up a lot in talking about it. But one of the main things that I personally want to say is it's been about a week since I've been, let go, let fired, whatever you want to call it. I have never felt happier a day in my life. And I hope I can reflect that in my videos and in how I talk to everybody in my life now. In regards to my videos, I would obviously, like I said, like to continue to do the Sword and Shield Let's Play, as well as whatever other video I had going on my channel at the time. I'm not entirely sure. I can't exactly remember. I don't upload on my YouTube very often. But I would also like to start doing chapter reviews. I said this on my TikTok a handful of times, but I have like 3, 4, 5 manga that I'd like to start reviewing, give my personal takes on them. I was in a really dark time in my life, and Teching, Matt Crawford, actually helped me through that by doing Bleach reviews, and I would love to start doing the same. Not just Bleach, but Doran Dodoran, Kaiju number 8, like those types of mangas, the new age manga that I've been absolutely ecstatic about, that I've been delving deep into. Even JoJo, man, like I just finished part 6 of JoJo, or at least the 12 episodes that they have on Netflix. And I've started buying part 5's manga, so I've been really happy about that. And I'd love to talk about just whatever, hopefully it'll help me out in life, help my mental health, help me get a new job even. After I'm done with COVID, like after I'm done quarantining and all that, I have a couple jobs that I'm gonna call up and just be like, hey, I put my application out there, just letting you know I'd love to work for y'all. And obviously, if they ask why I got fired from my last job, I'm gonna flat out tell them. Obviously, those that don't know why I got fired, I violated an NDA. by accident. I promise it was by accident. I made a couple TikToks and the video or the products we sell were in the background, which violated the NDA, and I unfortunately did not notice. Fair. So when they told me that, fair. I know that wasn't the real reason why. It's because I read my resignation letter out on TikTok. And you know what? I'd do it again. That job was terrible for my mental health. I actually lost a friend because of that job. Not like we stopped being friends. Like he died. That job put him under so much stress, he drank himself to death. And like I was really fucking close with that friend. So to lose him because of the job that I was at, it killed me. And to see him go down that road, and like obviously every night we worked together, we'd go out on smoke breaks. I don't smoke, but just to be out there with him and talk to him and listen to him and be there for him, like that made me feel like I was helping him out and helping him stay together, you know. But in the end, they ended up firing him because, and they can say it was because they saw his psyche and how it was affecting him. But he was asking for more money. Obviously, he was one of the smart. He was like their lead operations guy, and he was barely scraping, I think, $45,000 a year. Dude was smart as a whip, you know. And they fired him, you know. And shortly after that, maybe about a week, maybe two later, my friend and my roommate Hunter pulled me into the office, and he told me Logan had died. And like that was one of the straws that broke the camel's back. Obviously there was a handful afterwards. You know, they gave my shift lead position away. They started talking up the dude that was underneath me, even though he was extremely inexperienced. You know, I even worked an 18-hour shift once covering for my supervisor, and they fired me over an NDA that I accidentally violated. Granted, I understand the ramifications of an NDA. I do. We are not supposed to talk about certain things of that NDA. Now that I'm not part of that NDA, I can talk about it all I want. I'll probably save it for later videos, you know, maybe later TikToks. But for now, that's the reason why they fired me, okay? Obviously, I know there's probably going to be one or two comments. Oh, why were you TikToking on the job? I worked overnights. They worked 12-hour shifts, constant 12-hour shifts. I'd work 15, 16-hour shifts sometimes just to get a paycheck, you know? Like, it was rough. They treated us underpaid, no training, and they can try and say that they've given us training. They didn't. You know, they're just now establishing training over there. And even then, they're teaching temps how to do measurements with the parts that we're not supposed to talk about. Sounds a little weird, right? But honestly, the day they fired me, I'm gonna give the little story for that. They called me in about an hour and a half early. Naturally, they make the night crew always sacrifice their sleep schedule instead of the people who work 8 hours in a day, stay a little later. You know, God forbid, they look out for their night crew people who don't have any help, mind you. This seems like I'm complaining a lot. I am. The job was atrocious. You know, I don't talk about my jobs because I've had amazing jobs in the past. There's only 2 jobs that I hated beyond belief. And you know what? I don't regret talking about them like this because they are bad jobs. Not necessarily bad people, just bad jobs. Yes, this one was bad people running it. Very bad people. But they called me in an hour and a half early. I came in at 4:30 when I usually sign in at 6 p.m. And work till 6 a.m. And they pulled me into the office and they were like, oh, well, let's go in the other room. And I said, so it is happening. And they sat me down and they showed me pictures of my TikTok from about October that violated the contract. So obviously they were looking for reasons to fire me. And they said, you made these videos and it's got the products in the background, so that's grounds for termination. So we're gonna have to let you go. And I said, really? They said, yep, like with a smile on his face, like he thought he was gonna defeat me. And I just looked at him and I looked at the secretary that was there. She's a real sweet lady. I'm not gonna give her name. But I said, this is gonna be the most unprofessional thing ever, but thank you for doing this. And I could see the fury in his eyes just going crazy. Like he wanted to scream at me. And he said, why? And I said, because this job was killing me. This job is the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I have been a shift lead since I have started at this job with a week and a half's worth of training. I have taught myself how to do automation, processing, maintenance, and even a little bit of mold setting, all things that are not a part of my job requirement, to the best of my abilities to keep this company running at nights with what little tools I am given. And I am constantly blamed for every single little thing. Nothing I do is good enough, no matter how much effort I put in, and I, quite frankly, cannot handle it. So when I say thank you for doing this, I wholeheartedly mean it. This is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. And normally I wouldn't say that to just any job. If I really like the job, I'm gonna be upset that they fired me. I've been upset that I've quit jobs in the past, but when something is so taxing on your mental health, it was a good 10-15 minutes later that I started crying. And they weren't tears of upsetness. I called my mother and she wasn't screaming or hollering for once at me, but she was shocked. And I said, Mama, I know you're mad at me right now, but I couldn't be happier. Because I never told her how bad the job was. I just kept it all to myself. I stayed balling it all up. Obviously, Alyssa, my girlfriend, would hear about it all the time, and it probably seemed like I was taking a lot of it out on her. And obviously, I felt horrible about that. But I told my mother, I said I couldn't be happier. That job was going to lead to my death. And I wasn't going to allow it to be a product of my inevitable demise. So I guess that wraps up, the whole eulogy. I've so far after I've left, like it's hit people hard that they fired me. Like I got a text from one of the day crew dudes, like being like, Cole, I'm so sorry to hear this. I didn't know that this was going to happen. Just know I'm always here for you. You've always got a friend in me. I wish you nothing but the best. And like wrote a whole eulogy. Like I was dead. Hunter came home the other day and he was like, dude, it's like they're treating you like you died. And I said, honestly, that makes me so happy. And to my friend Wyatt, who works there, who I got the job, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I should have. If you never see this, oh well. I'm sorry. I should have told you. You should have been one of the first people I should have told, actually. But, I'm happier. I'm a lot happier. To everybody else at that company, bar Tristan, obviously because he's my friend too. Andre, John, I wish y'all nothing but the best. You know, those 4 people, I wish y'all nothing but the best. To everybody else, I have no ill will towards you. I wish you a little bit less of the best, but, you know, Grant, you're cool. It was fun while it lasted. No, it wasn't. Don't believe that. That was a terrible lie. I am so sorry. But on to the rest of the video. This is a 15-minute long video of me just explaining what happened at my terrible job. The first series that I'm going to be covering, I want to do it like maybe 3 times a week, if possible, if I can get a new job and fit it within that schedule. I want to do Kaiju number 8 from the beginning, Bleach from the beginning, and Dororon? I mean, give me 1 second. I think it's Doron. It's like very similar to Dorohedoro. Another one of my favorite series, like of all time. It's so good. Doron. And I've got the Viz Media website up, which is how I'm going to be doing these chapter reviews. So if you see me periodically going like that and like that to kind of give you what's happening on the chapter, it's because I've got bad memory. I've also got Chainsaw Man, Burn the Witch, and I could do Zombie Powder if everybody would like. And JoJo's. I've got a lot on my plate. A lot of expectations that I want to keep going. I would like to make this a full-time job. Obviously, it probably won't be, but it'd be nice to make it. So, guys, I hope you all join me for this endeavor. And I hope we can make it a good adventure together. Thank you. And I'll see you when the first chapter review of Kaiju number 8 drops. This is Alcheyman, signing out. Bye, pals.